My tab is an article from CNN.com by Jack Bantock. And the title is 6 bull sharks inadvertently made their home on an Australian golf course. Then they vanished.
Did they find their camera, at least?
They
Did they leave a camera?
Did they leave
blunt
a camera?
force trauma to the head. All 6 sharks.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. R.I.P.
Anyway.
So the little blurb says, there were reports of loud splashes, large dark shapes moving below the lake's surface, even laughed off claims of a tall dorsal fin knifing through the water. The Carbrook shark became a kind of folk legend, Australia's own Bigfoot Yeti, or most similarly of all, the Loch Ness Monster.
Oh.
Australia doesn't need any of those.
How far is this place from ocean? Like, how did the shark get it?
I will explain. Yes, exactly. That's the first.
Okay.
That's the first thing I thought. I don't actually have the exact mileage, but so the golf course in question is in Carbrook, which is in Queensland, so it's right by the water.
Okay.
Not the golf course literally isn't by the water, but the city is. So this area apparently is very prone to flooding, and much like our friends in South Fork and Johnstown, everybody there is just sort of like
Used to it.
used to it.
This podcast, in like a year, it's just going to be us referencing horrific disasters that we've talked about in every episode. It's just like,
it's horrifying.
oh yeah.
But it's fascinating.
They were like, that's not a flood. That's a knife. I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of.
There's some Simpsons again. I see you've played Knifey Spoony. What was it?
Knifey Spoony before.
I see you've played Knifey Spoony before.
That was a Crocodile Dundee reference, but I think that's half of what Simpsons is referencing anyway.
Yeah.
Really, I'm like, I don't actually know much about Australia beyond what I know in pop culture. To be fair, I was reading about some of this stuff, and I was like, I have like a huge gap of Australian knowledge. Like, I don't know shit about Australia. I only know like Simpsons and Mad Max and like some Finding Nemo. Yep. That's basically it.
Yeah, that's
Bluey.
A lot of my knowledge. Oh, Bluey.
Is Bluey Australian?
Bluey is. Oh my gosh.
I've
it's
never
the best
watched
kids
Bluey.
show on earth.
I know that
it
everyone loves
cute.
it. Yeah. I've never seen it though.
I wish I mean, I'm so glad that it exists so that I don't have to watch like Peppa Pig or whatever. Anyway.
Peppa Pig.
Continue.
Okay, so you've got your bull sharks, right? And bull sharks are large and stout, and a female, which is always bigger than the male, can get up to roughly 8 feet long and 290 pounds. Which to me, what's interesting is ratio-wise, that's kind of what you would think of a person. So if a person was like 8 feet tall, you'd think they'd probably be around 290, 30, or like 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Which is really funny because usually you think of like sea animals as being like really dense and like disproportionately heavy. But like, I don't know, I feel like if a bull shark ever comes out of the water, it's like an even fight. Like we can take them. It's like a regular person.
We'll be okay.
Yeah. So just start lifting weights. You can fight a bull shark.
If I have my golf course, like...
Yeah, your golf club. Yeah.
Bam!
My golf clubs.
Just
I think I'll win.
Blunt force trauma, that guy.
To the bull shark
Wow.
head. The males are slightly smaller. They're about 7 feet and 210 pounds. Again, somewhat relatively decent size to humans, which I thought was interesting. That's not really relevant here. I just thought it was a fun fact. Bull sharks are kind of interesting because they are, and I had to look this up. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's euryhaline is the term. I apologize if I'm reading that incorrectly, which means that they can survive in non-salt water because they have some like weird biology where they can just like hold on to salt in their bodies for long extended periods of time. Even though, so they can just sort of like hang in like fresh water for a little bit. Yeah. I assume it's because they're always traveling with a can of olives or something. I don't know. They're just like popping in salty stuff constantly. So
that's just exactly what I thought.
It's exactly what they have salt bays inside them doing this thing the whole time, just being like, here's more salt. I know that was the worst joke. Please murder me. Continue.
Millennial.
So
we're keeping that in.
Please. Yeah. Anyway, so in 1996, there's this one big flood that happens. And it's crazy. And then there are these young bull sharks, and they're chilling in the river nearby. It's called the Logan River. And it's raining a lot. And then, they're probably just swimming around, I don't know, eating pickles and top ramen and washing it down with Gatorade to keep up their saline levels. And this flood just raises them up like they're riding an elevator because there's so much water. And they're just sort of swimming along. They don't really know what's happening. They don't know where they're going. And they look and they see like another little body of water, and there's 6 of them, right? And which basically means they're like the cast of Friends. They all look out for each other. They celebrate each other's wins. They cry when they're sad.
They break up a lot.
They break up a lot. Exactly.
They're overrated.
They're overrated.
Oh no.
And so the Monica of the group is like, check it out, you guys. There's a huge 1-bedroom apartment no person of my age with a minimum wage job could ever afford. Let's go there. And they do.
In any decade.
In any decade.
Wow.
Turns out it's a 51-acre lake near the golf course's 14th hole. And the flood subsides.
Oh my God.
And now they just live in the lake. And
I love that.
Right? Relocated.
If I was this golf course, I'd be like, we are rebranding.
Oh,
right now.
Yes.
Yep.
And the Sharks love it. Yeah. They're like, dude, this is awesome. Joey can like eat golf ball sandwiches. Chandler can make fun of people when they swing incorrectly. Rachel can have a famous haircut. It's going to be awesome. It's fantastic. And
Phoebe can be blonde.
Phoebe can be blonde and play songs on the guitar.
She likes cats.
She does like cats. Smelly cat.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's redeeming.
Smelly shark, smelly shark.
I've seen the show.
Yeah.
Oh.
No. That is one of hers.
No. Good.
And they live there.
I need to be able to back up my jokes when I insert them, but I can't. Go. Your turn.
So much anger at Friends right now.
I'm coming in hot today. I don't know why.
So these sharks, it's like the last episode. No, I'm going to have a laughing fit. Okay. So they're chilling. They live in this lake for close to 17 years. For 17 years.
What?
This terrible show stays on the air. I'm sorry. I mean, they stay alive.
Terrible show.
Oh, God. And then they have a season finale.
Season finale, yeah. So these sharks are trapped there they're just living. They're happy. They're eating. And it's a kind of a mystery because people are like, I guess there's enough saline in this lake and there's enough salt in the water where they're able to live. And there's enough fish. And they were bulls, so they were a little bit younger. So essentially they grew up in this lake like over the course of all those years.
Whoa.
And they're not able to go back, and the lake doesn't have access to the ocean or to the other river. So they're not going back. They're just there the whole time. And they sort of become, Alyssa, kind of like to your point, they become like celebrities of this golf course. Everyone becomes like emotionally invested in them. Everybody desperately wants to know if Shark Ross and Shark Rachel will end up together. It's going to be all Friends jokes, Hannah. Sorry.
Do it.
And eventually a bull shark was added to the club's logo. And also, its youth program was named the Junior Shark Academy. And feedings were held at tournaments and corporate events, including one special wedding in 2009 where all 6 sharks appeared at once.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Are they
I
still
would be
married?
so psyched.
I bet they're still married. That's
can you imagine,
good luck.
Can you imagine how much that appearance fee costs? It's quite a lot.
Ross would do it for free.
He'd do it for free.
Yeah.
And in 2013, yeah, right. And in 2013, there's another huge flood. And suddenly, suspiciously, there's no more sightings of the sharks. And there's different theories about this. Some think they got washed back out into the river to the ocean. Some think that they broke contracts to pursue movie careers. It's hard to say.
It's probably that one.
Mm-hmm.
2 sharks were confirmed dead, unfortunately. One, they saw that was floating on the surface, so it sort of died for whatever reason, natural causes, so to speak. But then one was killed by illegal fishing. So, so somebody came in and fished it. So the Carbrook general manager, Scott Wagstaff, who had never noticed any sign of ill among the sharks in more than 100 sightings, saw them only fleetingly after the fishing death. And there is this doctor, his name is Dr. Peter Gaussman, who published a paper on the sharks, believes it was unlikely the remaining sharks died in a natural way due to sodium loss or by any other anatomical failure, given their adaptability, and therefore theorizes the further illegal fishing is the most likely explanation for their disappearance.
What kind of person
seriously
would take that joy from us?
Truly.
Bastards.
Wow.
What a bummer.
Yeah. But regardless, the staff of Carbrook eagerly await another flood to hopefully bring their shark friends back to the course, or even a new batch, so they could have a reboot. Hopefully, don't do a reboot. Just do a new batch of shark friends.
It's a new season. It's How I Met Your Mother.
How I Met Your Shark Mother, yeah.
Shark Mother.
How did you bring up... We were both trapped in a pond for 17 years, and we watched our friend get killed. And that's how we met each other.
Fished out. They might have all died together.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, that's
sad.
a bummer.
For a moment, it was fun. For a moment, everybody was really excited. They love them there. They don't know if they got fished to death or anything. That's the theory. Wow, I didn't think I would bring it with a downer.
No, it's...
Sorry, I'm just really attached to animals.
Yeah, me too. That's why I was
and
like really happy for these sharks.
I'm in a very chaotic mood right now, so I don't know
Wow. This was in 2013,
2013 is when they sort of, like, no one saw them anymore after that.
Sad.
I think it's time to get some more sharks for that golf course.
I think they said that they're going to try and expand, and do it.
Let's just put them back in. Let's go find more.
Yeah, I think all golf courses should have sharks, and then golfers can fall in, hopefully get eaten by them, so that we won't have golf courses anymore. And then we could use that space for real estate and to house the homeless. But that's just my George Carlin diatribe.
and to save water, because we will be having water wars here soon. So
100%.